we had started with this exercise and I had discussed the definitions with you yesterday, the terms which we'll be using in this chapter. And if you have taken a look at the syllabus, you would know exercise 3.1 is not in your syllabus. So you can just write that down. This one's deleted. This exercise we usually don't do. The next exercise is on page number 60. Exercise 3.2, which can actually be done directly on the book itself. If you want, you can write down the answers in your notebooks. That's completely fine. So we have and you will see that these questions are actually based on what we discussed yesterday. First question here is, what is the, write the answer for each of the following. So write down the name of the horizontal and the vertical lines. Those are drawn to determine the position of any point in the Cartesian plane. So what are the names of those horizontal and vertical lines?
X-axis and y-axis.
That's correct, x-axis and y-axis respectively. Then what is the name of each part of the plane formed by these two lines? When we draw those lines, the plane,
Quadrant.
the surface,
Quadrant.
yes, the surface is
Quadrant.
divided into 4 parts. Each part is called quadrant. Then write the name of the point where the two lines intersect.
Origin.
0.
Origin. And if you want to write down its coordinates, you're going to write it as
0, 0.
yes, 0, 0, and that too in brackets. Then there is a figure given on the next page, page number 61, and you will see there are many points marked there, and you have to observe that figure to answer the following questions. So what I'm going to do is I'll just show you the figure and we will be answering the questions. I'll ask you the questions side by side. The first question is, you have to write down the coordinates of point B. You can write down the answers directly in front of the part. Yeah. So B point is right here, writing down its coordinates. First, we take the reading from x-axis and then we take the reading from y-axis. So its coordinates are
-5 and 6.
-5 and 2.
-5 and 2. So -5 from x-axis and you can take a look at the value on y-axis. It's 2. So -5, 2. If you are aware of how an Excel sheet is used, उसमें आप cell की identification करते हो with the help of a row and a column. Exactly like that, you have to identify the position of a point with respect to the column and the row in which that point is. So right now it is in this column. Vertically, it is in the column -5 and the row in which it is lying is 2, y equals 2. So these two will form the coordinates of the point. The next part is you have to write down the coordinates of point C. The point C is right here. Again, take the reading from
5,
5
-5.
5 and -5.
5 and -5. Then we have point identified by the coordinates -3, -5. So -3 is right here. So and -5
E.
is here. So can you identify the intersection of these two? Yes, that's E. So
E
the answer
point.
for the third part is E. You can write down the answer for third part. It's point E. The next is the point identified by the coordinates 2, -4. So 2 from x-axis
G.
and -4 from the y-axis. That's correct. Answer for part fourth is G. Then we have abscissa of point D. So D is here. Identify its. You can directly answer. You can identify by writing down its coordinates. The abscissa for D is 6. This is the abscissa. Then the ordinate of point H. H is right here.
-3.
-3.
If you want to write down the coordinates of H,
-5 and -3.
-5, -3.
that's why, and this one is called the ordinate. The y coordinate is called the ordinate. The sixth one, the answer is -3. Then the last the coordinates of point L.
0,
0,
5. 0 and
It's
5.
right here. It's on y-axis. Therefore, abscissa is going to be equal to 0. And the reading from y-axis is 5. The coordinates of point M.
minus 3, comma 0.
Yeah, this point is on x-axis. So its ordinate will be equal to 0. Any questions with respect to...
Minus 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Anyone with any questions? This is basic, completely basic things you've done. The next one is to be done on the graph. It's on page
65.
65. So I would just like you to open your graph sheets and you can do the question side by side. Maybe you've already done and you can just do it with me. So there are just two questions. The first one is based on the last point we discussed, second last point we discussed from the definitions. There's one point I think I've missed, the last one. I'll come back to that. You need to answer which quadrant or which axis do the points lie. Sometimes it is asked as where do the points lie in the Cartesian plane. Simply. They will not write down कि कौन से quadrant में है या कौन से axis पे हैं. They will ask where in the Cartesian plane do the following points lie. So you have to identify whether the point will be in a quadrant or would it be on any of the axes. So be careful about that. Sometimes the students don't remember that the point could be on axes also. They just keep in mind कि quadrant बताना है. Quadrant ही mind पे होता है, first quadrant, second quadrant. So be careful. And 0 has no sign. Couple of things. So you can either plot them first in rough and then answer, or you can look at the signs of these, the coordinates of the point and then answer. Later they are saying verify by locating them on a Cartesian plane. So this one is to be done on the graph. But अगर exam में question आता है सिर्फ यही वाला first part इतना आता है तो आप rough में plotting करके answer कर सकते हो. You don't have to do it in fair. You could do it though, but it takes time, so you don't have to. Try to identify just by looking at the values whether or not they are positive or negative. So first value has abscissa negative, ordinate is positive. Where does it lie?
Second quadrant.
Abscissa positive, ordinate negative.
Fourth quadrant.
Third one matches with the first one. Sorry, -1, 0. So its ordinate is 0. This will be on
x-axis.
On x-axis. Then 1, 2. First quadrant, the last one. Both are negative.
Third quadrant.
Third
Quadrant, both values are negative. And then we plot these. Let's quickly plot these. So start by two mutually perpendicular lines and mark them as x-axis and y-axis. Mark the origin and then you can mark the points and then accordingly. So right now we are working with 1 unit length equals to 1. -5. No, it's not necessary to mention what the scale is. That's something by default we take. So just taking a look at the values on y-axis, I need up to -5. Yeah, that would be. Let's mark the points now. The first point is -2, 4. So -2 from the x-axis and 4 from the y-axis. It's not again necessary to show these dotted lines, but if you want, you can. So from x-axis, I've taken -2. From y-axis, I've taken 4. So this is the point, and I'm going to name the point as A, and I'm going to write down its coordinates along with it. A -2, 4. डायरेक्टली प्लॉट कर सकते हो, आपको जरूरी नहीं है ये डॉटेड लाइंस दिखाना. Then we have 3, -1. So 3 from the x-axis and -1 from the y-axis, and you will get the intersection here. So the column is this one vertically, and horizontally you need the row for -1, and this is point B with coordinates 3, -1. The next one is -1, 0. This is point C. The coordinates are -1, 0. Sorry, yeah, that's correct. Then we have point D with coordinates 1, 2. Then we have -3, -5. That's it. And now you can verify that whether or not these points lie in the quadrants as mentioned by you. So you can write down the answer on the graph sheet, or you can write down separately on the copy. D is in the first quadrant and E is in the third quadrant. Anyone with any questions?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, if a point is on an axis, then in which quadrant will it
It
lie?
will not, you cannot tell to which quadrant it belongs. It lies on the line. So boundary is shared. If a point lies on positive direction of x-axis, the boundary is shared by the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So you cannot tell to which quadrant it belongs. It belongs to the axis. That's why it's important to identify that there is a point which could lie on an axis rather than being in a quadrant. So जब हम quadrant की बात करेंगे, it will actually be including the interior portion. Think of it, जब हम polygon draw करते हैं, polygon के 3 regions बनते हैं. One is the interior, one is the exterior, and the third region is on the polygon. So on the polygon is actually the boundary. लेकिन हम जब बोलते हैं the region of the polygon includes the interior and the boundary. इस केस में जब हमने बोला है region of the quadrant, it will only include the interior of the quadrant, not the boundary. अगर boundary पे point आ गया तो वो axis का point बन जाएगा.
Okay, ma'am.
Anyone else with any questions?
No, ma'am.
The next question, plot the following points x, y in the given table and choose suitable units of distance on x-axis. So you can choose a suitable scale here. They have already on the axis, on both the axes. As you can see, there is a value which is in points and up to 2 decimal places. So representing this could be a little tricky. Just to make that work, you can choose a suitable scale for y-axis and you can keep the same scale for x-axis, doesn't matter. You can work with the normal scale, the regular scale, 1 unit equals to 1 value, and you can do it accordingly. It's -1 1/4, so you can just represent it between -1 and -2. You can do that way also. अगर आपको scale change करना है, आप scale change करके भी कर सकते हो. Shall we do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's just I'll pause the sharing for a moment. I'll resume it. You only need to indicate the scale if you change it. If you don't change it, you can just draw directly, like only the plotting can be done. No need to mention. So I'm going to change here. If you want, let's take scale. I'm going to keep it same for y-axis. Tell me, how would you like to choose the scale, keeping in mind the values? You can also write down 2 units equal to 1. That will be, I think, workable. Or rather, let's write it this way. So it would mean that this value here represents 0.5 and this represents 1. I think this way it will be easier, or you could just work out the regular way. And on y-axis, I'm not changing it. I need up to 8. Okay. Sorry.
Ma'am, what does two large
Yes.
dimension mean?
Sorry. Just a minute. I am actually mistaken here. मैंने scale choose किया है for x-axis, but the value with the decimals in it belongs to y-axis. So I would just like to change that. बेटा large divisions का मतलब होता है कि जो आपका 1 unit आप mark करते हो ना, जो आपका 1 block होता है बड़ा वाला, जिसको आप usually 1 unit mark करके चलते हो.
Yes, ma'am.
उसको हम बोलते हैं 1 large division. आप नहीं भी लिखोगे, that's completely fine. You can just do it directly. Like you can write down 2 units equal to 1. So this actually is to be done on y-axis because the value belongs to y-axis, the one with the negative value. So I'm going to do that. This will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4. And on x-axis, I'm going to simply plot my points. Let's mark the points. The first point that we have is, if you take a look at the table of values, this is how it's written. You have -2 and 8. So the pair will be -2, 8. I'm naming the point as A. So -2, 8 will be right here. This will be point A. Change the color so you can see. This is point A. Oh, this will be in the next column. Over here. Then we have -1, 7. This will be point B. C point is 0, 1.25. It will be right here. Then it's 1, 3. Then we have 3 and -1. I hope it's done.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This actually completes your third chapter. And there is one point which I would like to discuss. That was in the definitions in the last. It was about whether or not 2 points represent the same, 2 coordinates represent the same value. It's the last point here in the summary also. It says if x is not equal to y, and then we will say xy and yx are 2 different points. तो अगर आपके abscissa और ordinate की value different है यहाँ पे, x represents the abscissa and y represents the ordinate. If the abscissa and ordinate are unequal, then the points will be different. So that means if you have 2, 3 and you have 3, 2, these are 2 different points. Whereas xy and yx will only be equal if x is equal to y. So if x is 2 and y is equal to 2, then the point will be 2, 2, whether you write xy or you write yx. Only then they will be equal. In this case, it's different. X is 2, y is 3. And if you change the order, the points will be different. Be careful. That's it. Like, this is a very basic thing. Simple सी बात है. अगर हम values को interchange कर दें, हम swap कर दें, तो वो point different हो जाएगा. The importance of this result, although, is very crucial to your score, because अगर आपको plot करने के लिए बोला है -3, 2 और आप plot कर देते हो 2, -3, या फिर आप plot कर देते हो -2, 3, like this is just something that could happen while you're doing it. So आपके marks गलत कट जाएंगे, ये गलत होगा. You have to do this. X की value -3 होनी चाहिए, Y की 2 होनी चाहिए. It's important from that point of view. As such, तो जरूरी नहीं है ये. Okay, that's all for today. We shall be doing chapter number 4 tomorrow, and you will be needing graphs for chapter 4 as well. So please keep your graph notebooks with you. If anyone doesn't have the graph sheets, please arrange. You will need the graphs for that. Anyone if with any questions? Okay, there is something that I would like to discuss here. Sometimes question aata hai, write down the reflection of a point. I'll just go with that. One of these, wait, I think I've done here. Let's assume that this is the graph we have and we have plotted some points and I want to write down the reflection of a point. So a reflection of a point, just like in mirrors, कि अगर कोई image mirror से इतने distance पे है तो उसकी reflection भी उतने distance पे होगी on the other side. So reflection can be written with respect to x-axis and with respect to y-axis. तो अगर हम किसी पॉइंट की रिफ्लेक्शन लिख रहे हैं विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स एक्सिस, तो वो पॉइंट अगर एक्स एक्सिस के अबव है तो वो एक्स एक्सिस के बिलो मार्क होगा एट द सेम डिस्टेंस ऑन द अदर साइड. For example, if you want to write down the reflection of point D about x-axis, so point D is how many units away from x-axis?
2.
2.
We will be going 2 units on the other side. So 2 units away would be right here. अगर हम इससे चले जाते हैं 2 units on the other side. So this will be D dash. This is the reflection of point D with respect to or about x-axis. This is important कि किस axis के about हम लिख रहे हैं. और अगर इसी point की reflection आपको लिखनी हो with respect to y-axis, तो y-axis से ये point कितना दूर है? 1 unit. और हम opposite direction में जाएंगे on the other side. If the point is on the right side, we will go to the left. If the point is on the left, we will go to the right side. So this is the reflection of D with respect to or about y-axis. And if you observe the coordinates, what happens is जब हम reflection लिखते हैं about x-axis, तो उसकी y value change हो जाएगी. और जब हम reflection लिखते हैं with respect to y-axis, तो उसकी x value change होगी. Do you follow what I'm trying to say here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Anyone
ma'am.
with any questions? You might have questions like these in your assignment. हो सकता है अभी आई नहीं assignment, I'll forward it to you. But if you are following any extra book, please do these type of questions. आते हैं एक point की reflection. Suppose they will give you 1 point. जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे दिया है आपको point D दे दिया. Then I'll ask बेटा इसकी reflection लिखो with respect to x-axis. फिर इसकी reflection लिखो with respect to y-axis. तो आपको 2 points और मिल गए. एक D dash मिल गया, ये नया point मिल गया, और एक D double dash मिल गया. And then join all of these points together and you will be able to obtain a triangle here. Right? And identify the shape formed. So what kind of a triangle do you see? And then they could ask, find the area of this triangle, or find the intersection of a line segment with the axis, something like that. So based on this, you could be given multiple questions. सिर्फ एक point से वो आगे और ज़्यादा questions बना सकते हैं. You will find such questions in extra books, I think. And if there's any other question that comes to my mind, I'll take up tomorrow with you. Right now, this is something that just I thought of. Anyone with any queries as such?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Just a minute here.